After my last video showing you guys how to trade from 1,000 coins up to 1 million coins, I thought it'd be a great idea to show you guys how to trade with icons, because you can literally make 1 million coins every single week or more. So for example, have a look at this transfer list. You can see here we've got loads and loads of icons selling, a mixed bag of different types of icons. Some here about 500,000 coins, some for about 1.5 to 1 million coins. There is literally loads and loads sold. I don't even know how much this transfer list is actually worth. I'm probably guessing somewhere about 30 to 50 million coins if you add up every single player, but you could be doing this on a weekly basis as well. All of the icons on this transfer list were actually sold in the last 10 days. You'd think it was like the last month because there's so many, but this is just proof that you can literally flip icons every single day, somewhere between 5 and 10, sometimes a little bit more depending if it's peak times or not. So what I'm going to do, guys, is try to make this the best video that you can watch on trading icons. This is a video that you may want to come back to in 3 months time, a month's time. This has been something that you can do every single year. It hasn't changed. The way that you trade icons, it hasn't changed at all. But before we get into the video, if you want to buy cheap Ultimate Team coins, make sure to check out MMOPO.com and use the discount code EzekielGamingHD at the checkout for 8% off your order. Let's first talk about why trading icons is so good. So in my video showing you guys how to trade from 1,000 coins up to 1 million, it gets to a point where you might want to do some mass investments, which is basically when you fill up your transfer list with like 84, 85 rated players. And obviously that means that you have to spend like 3 or 4, 500,000 coins having a full transfer list. You might be able to make some really good profit, but obviously it takes a lot of time to buy and sell hundreds of cards for profit. Whereas with icons, you can literally pick up an icon for 1 million coins and then sell them for 1.1 million coins, and then after you figure out the EA tax, you're taking up all the profit. So it's a really easy way to flip. Now the first question is, how many coins do you need on FIFA to trade icons? Now there isn't like a definite answer of you need this many coins to trade icons, but I can give you my recommendations. You can start with 500,000 coins, but the reason why I don't recommend starting with 500,000 coins is because if you want to play rivals, if you want to play some squad battles, some weekend league, obviously you're going to need a team. So if you only have 500,000 coins and you buy an icon and it's the first icon, there's a possibility you might have bought the wrong icon, you might have to break even, and it'll feel like a total waste of time if you've only got a small amount of coins, because you haven't got many coins then to build your team and do other things with, right? If a good SBC comes out, you're kind of screwed. So what I recommend doing, guys, is getting yourself to about 1 million coins. At that point, you have a lot more freedom. You're going to be a lot more patient when you go to buy these icons. That's my personal recommendation. As I said, you can start on anything about 500,000 coins or more, but personally, 1 million coins is the sweet spot. Once you start at 1 million coins and you get your trading experience, you can get up to 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, and you can start buying these Red Hullets and actually using them in your team and then flipping them for profit at the end of your weekend league. It's perfect to do that. The next question most people have when they're new to icon trading is, okay, which icon should I buy? Because I don't know which icon to buy. If you've only got 400,000 coins, you're kind of limited on what icons you can buy. But let's say you've got 1 million coins. What icons are the best ones to buy at that point? And the best thing to do is obviously look at some footbin graphs. We'll go into some footbin graphs very soon. But ultimately, you want to be buying icons which are still usable in the game. We all know that, you know, there's a meta in FIFA, and if they don't play to a certain meta, if they don't have enough pace, if they're a bit slow and not very agile, then people aren't going to like using them in their teams, and they're probably going to be not as valuable, right? So I'm going to give you some examples of the icons that have been flipped. The reason why Baresi has been a good flip is because it's quite high rated. It's still got some okay stats. For a centre-back, you can get away with about 69 or 70 pace, especially if they have 94 defending. But obviously, Carlos Alberto, one of the best right backs in the game. Luis Figo, an amazing player, very high rated, very rare, not many on the market. Stoichkov as well. Bergkamp, this is the middle Bergkamp. And Schmeichel, this was at a point when icon goalkeepers went up because we had the Opara and MLS milestone challenges, which made basically the goalkeepers go up because there was no other goalkeepers from MLS. So that was a little bit of luck, basically. We've got Thierry Henry, obviously very popular in the game. Not quite as good in the game as I would say in real life because of the meta in FIFA, but obviously very popular. A lot of people will buy this Thierry Henry and probably keep him in their club for a while because they might be just a club legend, a big Arsenal supporter. Same for Gerrard as well. Socrates is kind of weird. He is not meta, but he has very good, and he's very unique actually. So Ian Rush, I think his prime icon moments actually has 5-star weak foot, but he's one of the cheaper ends, but he's still a very usable icon. 83 pace, 90 shooting. You notice that we haven't got many of the really bad ones. And you can see just going through all of these players that they're usually the best or one of the best in their position. Players like Thierry are very cheap here. The reason why we would have got this for 380,000 coins would probably be because we bought them for like 330 or 340 for a quick snipe. So it's only, I would only go for icons like Thierry that aren't so usable in this game if you can get a very, very good price. Whereas, you know, icons that are like Zanetti, Roberto Carlos, Desailly, those types of players, they're going to sell a lot quicker because more people are looking to actually buy them and put them in their team. Now, the question is, how do we actually buy these icons? Do you win them on a bid or do you snipe them? And the short answer is 90% of the time you're going to be buying them by sniping. The reason why is because this is going to get you the best deals. It's going to make it the most time efficient for you. I find personally, if I'm bidding on stuff, the amount of times I'm trying to win a bid, it says I've won the bid, I come back to it and I haven't actually won the bid. There's little ways of getting around that. If you're on the mobile app, you can sign out and sign in, but it's a bit more complicated and time consuming. I'm not a fan of winning them on bids unless I've spot something that other people haven't and I can get a cheeky bid in and no one else actually competes for that player. So ultimately what I'm saying is what you want to be doing is going and sniping. So I'm going to show you how to set up a sniping filter so that you can actually snipe these icons yourself. So obviously what you want to do is go ahead and pick the icon quality filter. You don't need to go to the icon league, just go to the icon quality filter. It's a little bit quicker. And then what you want to do is put in how many coins you have. So we have 2.4 million coins on this account. That is not what I meant to put in. So there you go, we've got 2.4 million coins. And what we're going to do is put in a max price of just anything like this, right? And then what we're going to do every time we search it, we're just going to move this a few and then search like this. Go over to the 59th minute. You can see here we are on the PC platform. This is going to be for PlayStation as well and also Xbox. I'm going to give you the best ways to find them on Xbox and PlayStation. This is for all of the consoles. What you want to do is go to the 59th minute. You can see there we got to the 15th minute very quickly and now we're stuck around the 30-minute zone. So this is just an example of how the market is broken this year. Every time you search, it's going to show up some things and then the next one it might not. It's just a little bit glitchy this year. There's not a lot you can do about that. What you want to do is try to get to the 59th minute as quickly as possible. This is a really bad example because I'm just talking whilst I'm doing this. You can do this on the web app and the mobile app the quickest. The best people that trade icons are on the web app and also the mobile app. Because of this, you can get to the 59th minute a lot quicker. Once you get to the 59th minute, you want to be checking these cards and just using your trading knowledge. Think, what was the last time I saw Shevchenko go for? And because this is going to be for new people watching this video, what you want to do the first time, when you see a deal and you think that's a really cheap price. So let's say, let's keep strolling along. Let's maybe check this Bergkamp out, right? Now I'm going to go to Footbin, type in Bergkamp, find this is the baby icon or the base icon. And you can see here that this price is terrible. As I said, I am on PC, so I know that there's some listed for 390,000 coins. And you can see here that his selling price of the average day yesterday was 393,000 coins. So 415,000 coins is a terrible buy. And what you want to do is do this over and over and over and over and over again. Obviously, when you guys start, you'll probably be working with a smaller budget. That means a smaller circle of players that you need to know. It'll probably be the same 5 to 10 icons popping up. And you're going to learn these prices very quickly. And they'll just be an icon that goes 30 to 50,000 coins cheaper. And then you snipe them. Now, what I recommend to get started when you have absolutely zero knowledge of the market, it's very easy. Rather than going on Footbin straight away, just literally compare the price compared to what's on the market. Because if there's others that are cheaper like this, 399,000 coins, we know that this icon was terrible. So we can just keep doing this with these. So we can see 505, that's terrible because there's some here for 430,000 coins. So we know to stay away from them. Let's look at this one again. This one's going for 800 odds. So we know none of these icons are worth picking up right now. Although this one, 670,000 coins. Note there's one for 585. So I almost got a fool there. Some people, when they sell icons, they list the card for exactly 100,000 coins more to make it seem it's like a little optical illusion. When you're trying to snipe a player, you might actually look towards the last digits of the number and then you accidentally buy the card for 100,000 coins more or more. Make sure you don't fall for this trick, because in my head for a second there I thought that was like 570,000 coins when in reality it was 670. Now, for those of you that are on PlayStation, this is just for PlayStation, not Xbox, because when it comes to the market size, we all know that not as many people play on PC. That means that there aren't as many cards on the game. But if you're on PlayStation, the PlayStation market is 4 times bigger than the Xbox market and 8 times bigger than the PC market. So what that means is you're going to have like literally loads of pages in comparison to PC. So the reason why you want to be doing this is so that you can get to the 59th minute quicker. And what you're going to do is put on the basic chem style. So the reason why is, let's say you're someone that has picked an icon and you've started to play your weekend league games, you're most likely going to put on a hunter or a shadow chem style or an anchor chem style or an engine chem style, and then you're going to play some games. So what this does is it filters out new and fresh icons on the game, and this means you can get to the 59th minute quicker, and it also means that fresh icons sell for more than the icons with even the best chem styles. So let me just give you an example of how much difference this actually makes when it comes to searching and getting to the 59th minute. So this is obviously, as I said, on PC, so it will be different if you're on the other consoles. So let's see how quickly we can get to the 59th minute. You can see there, I think it was probably like 20 to 30, maybe even more pages to get to the 59th minute before. Whereas this time, you can see that we've got a Zola here. Let's just quickly compare the price. Is that the cheapest? It is not the cheapest. It is going up for a good 50,000 coins more expensive. Let me explain the difference between an icon that's fresh and the reason why they actually sell for more. Now, this applies more for attacking players. And the reason why is because we have this little thing. When we go onto the game and you go to actually have a look at the player details, you'll see here it says games played 0, goals scored 0, assists 0. Now, when someone on Ultimate Team buys their favorite icon and they don't want to sell that player ever because they want to keep that in their club, they really want a fresh icon because it means that every single game played has been in their club. So a fresh icon is more valuable, to these players. Now, this is where new traders get it wrong. This doesn't apply for every single icon. For example, do you really care if you have a fresh Nesta? Not really, because he is a centre-back, he's a defensive player. It doesn't really matter to me if he's had 100 games played or not. I don't care about his record because he doesn't score goals for my club. He might score a few headers from corners if you know how to do the corner trick. But this is not going to be someone that I care about having first owner. Even if I'm the biggest Nesta, actually, you know what? If you're the biggest Nesta fan, you might want a fresh icon, but it's really not going to make much difference. So when it comes to fresh icons, it applies basically to attacking players. A Dalglish, a Zola, a Kluivert maybe, especially if it's a better Kluivert, but a Bergkamp, a Dennis Bergkamp, especially the better Dennis Bergkamps, like the mid version, and when prime icons come out, those types of players. Now, in my experience trading with icons, I have found that players like Kaka and players like Ronaldinho, especially Ronaldinho, he's very unique in this game. He's a lot of people's favorite player in real life. Basically, a lot of the Brazilian icons actually will sell for a little bit more. It maybe even a Garrincha, because, you know, maybe once people get a Garrincha, they're keeping it forever. And let me give you an example of the difference a fresh icon make. Let's say that the going price for this Kaka is 1.35 million. A fresh Kaka, especially if it's a prime, once the bigger icons come out, it may sell for like 1.45 million or 1.4 million, like an extra 50,000 coins or an extra 100,000 coins in some situations. I would say somewhere between 5% and 10% depending on which icon. There are actually some players that are defenders which sell for more. Maldini is one of those icons that will sell for more if you do get a first owner or a fresh Maldini basically. And the reason why is because, as I said, once you get a Maldini in your club, you're most likely not going to want to sell it, and you just want to keep them in your club basically. Maldini is not on the market as a centre back, so we're going to just use this as an example. It's basically the cards that you keep in your club. So unfortunately, there are no middle Ronaldos on the PC market. You can imagine they're so rare to pack. And anyone that's serious about playing FIFA on the PC has just bought them for crazy prices. But obviously, if you packed a fresh Ronaldo, to be honest, whatever version, it's going to be worth more. So let's have a look, for example, on this. This is actually a fresh one. It is actually joint cheapest, well, roughly joint cheapest. I wouldn't personally buy that because I know that these cards aren't actually selling. We've got 3 sitting at this price range, so he's probably going for 3 million coins or even less, just first glance, but a player like Ronaldo and even a Rud Hullet as well. So a Rud Hullet, obviously a middle version or a prime version when they're out, is going to go for more as a fresh icon. Now, when it comes to Futbin is a great tool to see how much cards are actually selling for. So we're going to use the Bergkamp as an example since we already have him up. So we can see the different prices for each console, and this one is very easy to notice the difference between PlayStation, Xbox and PC. Because there's so many more cards on PlayStation, they're already quite cheap, about 280 to 290,000 coins. Then on Xbox, 350, and then PC about 400,000 coins. What I'm going to do is change my platform to PlayStation just quickly, and we're going to scroll down to the graphs and get rid of the other colors real quick. So we can look at PlayStation rather than Xbox. We're going to go to the hourly graph and we're going to go to yesterday, so we can have a look at price fluctuations. So what we can do is go to the highest fluctuation of about 319,000 coins and then look at the lowest point, so 305. So you can see here, if you actually bought this card at 305 and sold for 320, you wouldn't actually make profit. So this one wouldn't have been great, although we do have some about 299 here. I can tell you this is the price, or the average price per hour. So even though it says 299,000 coins, the odds are you probably could have won a card for about 295,000 or 290,000. And if the cheapest around this period was 319,000, you probably could have sold your Bergkamps for about 320. Maybe if you had a fresh one for about 330 or 325,000 coins. So you can see, just as an example, the fluctuations of the icon market. So if you click on tracker right at the top, it's going to give you this. Now this is going to be very confusing. I've actually been a trader, a Forex trader outside of FIFA for a while now. So all of this is like, it's amazing. It's just everything I'm used to is now on FIFA. It's great. So what a lot of people are doing is adding a player using this new trade thing. You don't want to do that. You want to go to your favorites and just add a favorite. So what we're going to do is find Bergkamp here. So we're going to type in the Bergkamp that we want. We want the base or the baby icon Bergkamp. And then what you want to do is click on it. I know you can't see it because Bergkamp is under my webcam right now, but it looks just like this. So I'm going to click on Bergkamp, and then you're going to have his price graph here, which is fantastic. We can see there's a bit of a dip now. As I said, this is because of icon SBCs coming out. People are panicking because if an icon SBC or an icon foot swaps or whatever they're called, icon swaps come out and it's actually a Bergkamp, then people are just basically getting rid of theirs before that happens. So there is a bit of a sell right now. You can also go to live sales. This is going to be even more accurate. You can see more fluctuations, more specifics on the price details. But what we're going to be focusing on is the sold for price. So as you can see, this is PlayStation prices. You can see what they were selling for. So 287,000 coins, 285,000 coins. You can see the date and the time that they are sold. And you can also see what type of listing they actually sold for. So this hammer basically means that it was won on an auction. It means that it was bid on. So, it might have been listed for 260,000 start price. A few people bidded to try and get it, and eventually it went for 285,000 coins. That's what the hammer means. The dart basically means buy it now. It means that it was probably sniped at that price, whether that's because it had a better chem style or whatever. Who knows? But you can see here the fluctuations in the market. So, just an hour ago, one was bought at 272, and it could have actually been listed at about maybe these prices. They would have just broken even. But it just goes to show you can use this not just to buy and flip icons, but you can do this when you're building a team for Weekend League. Just buying the cheapest players is very important, so you can get a good gauge for how much they're actually selling for. So there's going to be periods where they just weren't selling. Maybe these were listed just, these are way too expensive. As on PlayStation prices, we know that they're selling for about 280 to 270,000 coins. One there for 303. That was yesterday. That is actually today, only a few hours ago. So it just goes, look, 316,000 coins. If you sell at 316,000 coins and you were buying at 272, that is some very good profit. That's almost 30,000 coins profit, I believe. So yeah, this is an amazing tool. It's free to use. So the more familiar you get with this Futbin page, the better you will get with icon trading. Another really common question that I get is there a best time to buy icons or a best time to sell icons? To be honest with icons, they actually do not fluctuate as much as, say, a Heung-min Son or a Martial or a Joe Gomez or a Pogba. Players like that are always packed. They're golds. They're always always sold and then they're rebought again for Weekend League. They fluctuate a lot because of that reason. Whereas with icons, people don't really panic sell icons as much. You will notice that, for example, we've got Black Friday coming up in the next week or two. You may notice a very small dip in the icon market. The cheapest icons, in fact, are going up because there's supposed to be icon SBCs at the end of this month, and there's a possibility that they may require an icon to complete, you know, some of these icon SBCs. So the cheapest icons are going up and holding their value, whereas some of the more expensive ones are coming down a little bit. But the fluctuations are a lot smaller in the icon market. So my recommendation, I'm going to give you an example here as I list some players. If you buy an icon and it just doesn't sell for a day or two, or maybe just a little bit longer than you expect, do not panic. The worst thing you can do when you trade icons is try to undercut other people, because what that's going to do is going to slowly bring down the market, and then it's going to hurt you, it's going to hurt everybody else that trades icons. So just literally, when you get a player and they're not selling, just look on the market, have a look what's the cheapest. So we've got some here at 460. What a lot of new traders would do, that they would try to list for 455,000 coins. Now, if I list my icons for 455,000 coins, when these ones expire after 33 minutes, they're going to list it for 450, and then I'm going to list it for 445, and that's just going to completely ruin both of our investments. So what I'm going to do is list this for 460. Now for Yashin as well, this is the middle version of Yashin, not the one with the hat, but if we go to compare the market, we are actually the only one on the market. Someone's listed it for 660 start price, 1 million buy now. That is a really bad way to list a card. Let's say this guy has obviously listed it for 660 start price because he thinks he can sell it for about 670. But if someone really wants to buy an icon, they're not going to wait to go and buy it. They're just going to snipe it off the market. So we're going to list this for 670. As you can see here, it was bought for 600,000 coins. So it's going to be a healthy bit of profit there. Haji as well. Let's have a look at how much Haji is selling for. 850,000 coins was what we're trying to sell him at. But you can see here, as I said, there's a little bit of anticipation for icon SBCs. So people are slowly bringing down their prices. I don't really want to undercut too many people. I'm hoping that this one sells for about 825, and then I'm going to go for the joint second. So I'm going to go for 830,000 coins. We bought it for 750, so we've got quite a big buffer here before we actually start to lose coins. So when you're selling at this amount, you get 40,000 coins EA tax. So this is still going to give us about 40,000 coins profit if we sell for 830,000 coins. And this leads me on to the final part of this. How much profit do we want per card? So as I quickly mentioned there is EA tax, which is 5% on every card. So the easiest way to do this is think about 10%. If you buy a card for 800,000 coins, you want to be selling it for 880,000 coins minimum. It's really easy to work with 10% because it's just mathematically in your head easy. Some people work with 8% or 7% because, you know, they take a little bit of profit. But the best way is to think of 10%, because if you get it wrong and the price starts to come down, you're still going to make profit, a little bit of profit, or you're going to break even. So when you buy a card, try to always make 10% at least to start with, unless you know the prices inside out, basically. So guys, this has been an icon trading video. I've tried to explain it in as much detail as possible, but I also understand that it's very hard to take your first steps trading icons, because it's very daunting to be buying a player for such a high amount of coins. So if you guys have any questions or trading help, you can join my Discord. I also have an icon trading tutorial guide, whatever you want to call it, in the Discord, which we'll show you now. So what you want to do when you head over to my Discord is go over to the FIFA guides, open that up, and there will be one called How to Flip Icons. I have explained in as much detail, basically summarizing this video on how to find these icon flips, so you can refer to this rather than watching the whole video again. But some people prefer videos when it comes to, you know, watching and tutorials and that kind of stuff. But there's going to be a lot more FIFA guides added to this, not just icons, you know, different kinds of mass investments and stuff. Of course, if you guys are interested in trading and making some coins, what you can do is use the sniping filters, which are posted 2 or 3 times a week. Every time there are rivals rewards and also squad battle rewards, we do sniping filters. I'm always posting updates to the market and what the difference is. For example, like this team of the week upgrade, what's going to happen to the market because of it, and you're just basically, it just keeps you guys up to date. We also have investment guides. So for 100,000 coins, I'll tell you guys, hey look, pick up some of these players, stick them on your transfer list, wait a couple of weeks, and you're going to have some profits. So if you're not really confident going for the icon trading, you can just do some of these safe investments, which are really easy to follow. And I try to make it really simple by giving you guys an actual price list of what you should be aiming for each console as well, even PC, because I'm a PC player. I always make sure we have some of the recommendations for that as well. And if we go to the profit flex chat, you can see we've got loads of flips basically from Tyler. He's always flipping icons, and also other members which are getting some great snipes. We've got Ziyech there for 10,500 coins. We've got Watkins for 10,500 coins. Some more flips from Tyler. But we've also got some flips here from actual members that have just started to flip icons for the first time. Let's see if we can find it. So we've got Paul here, who actually managed to buy this Blanc for 1.15 million coins, sold him for 1.27. I think he's on PlayStation as well, so it just goes to show you that all of these methods work. PlayStation, Xbox, it doesn't matter. And this is when he started to make bank on the Dumfries tip that we gave out a few days ago as well. So there's plenty of stuff in here. Going to add to it more and more every single day. In fact, we've just opened up marquee matchups. So marquee matchups has nothing yet. We're going to be doing marquee matchups predictions every week, every Thursday, so you guys can buy basically cards at like 600 coins, and then maybe sell them for 2,000 coins on Thursdays. Obviously, it's a bit of a gamble, but we will be covering this in the future as well. So hopefully you guys have found this video useful. If you have found it useful in any way, shape or form, please remember to drop a like on this video. Maybe share this to a friend that wants to start flipping icons as well. Make sure you subscribe for more of these videos so you get recommended on your homepage, your recommendations, or whatever YouTube wants to do to send the videos to you. And as I said a couple of times already, the link to my Discord is below. We have hit 10,000 members in there, so there's a big community of people. It's not just about trading. You've got squad builders as well. You've got weekend league, you know, asking for tactics and stuff like that. Just join the community. It's free to join. Link is in the description. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.